Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Seftimor Daily. Hope everyone's having a great week. Today, I want to talk about an article that I stumbled upon across on Medium. Medium, which I didn't write in my reading article, is one of my favorite platforms to read blog posts. I post on there as well. Medium.com/Seftimor. It might be at Seftimor. I think it's involved with Twitter, but it's either /Seftimor or at Seftimor. But all my blog posts are on there for everyone to read. But Mark Manson is a favorite author of mine. Actually, currently reading rereading his book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and it's one of those books that you don't digest the whole thing in one go, because he nails so many different points that I have to reread it. So anyway, today I read this article, The Fear of Missing Out, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Instagram. And what he goes into is saying about the fear of missing out. So Instagram, we have so many people that post pictures of these beautiful places that they're at, and what Mark is getting into is saying that he would see those and then say, I need to go there. He goes, but I would use all my money to be traveling. And he goes, and what happened is that I would get there and it wasn't as nice as I thought it was going. He goes, the book I was reading in these tropical places was better than the actual place. So I wanted to relate it to us on how I see a lot of discussion on Twitter recently of comparing yourself to others, or just not enjoying what's going on right now. And I feel that that's a big thing about this fear of missing out. I got the fear of missing out when Mixer decided to have everyone be partner, or qualify to be partner at 2,000. I felt that big time, that I was missing out because I was at 400, 500 follows, because and I just felt that, well, by the time I get to 2,000, is this train gonna be, this boat gonna be gone, this train gonna be gone, and I'm not going to be able to capitalize on this. So what am I missing out on? And the fact of the matter is that you could look at this with anything. I mean, you could look at it to where you're comparing yourself to others and look at how they're doing. I wish I was there. Am I missing out on something? Look at this job. It's basically, is the grass greener? And as we all know, most of the times it's not. So Mark goes into, like I said, talking about different things with going on trips, and saying how that this fear of missing out is a compulsive desire to experience something or be somewhere, motivated not by what you gain, but rather by the fear of what you will potentially lose. So that's a thing for me, is comparing yourself. So if you're comparing yourself, you're not gaining anything. You're just having this fear of, oh, well, they're there, I'm not. Am I ever going to get there? And that's just not a way to go through life, because it's literally torture. It's literally psych yourself out and you'll just not do anything. If you want to be a YouTube star, you want to have a podcast and be the next Joe Rogan, you could say, oh, well, that ship has sailed. And that's not how we got to do things. We have to be present, and we have to keep pushing on, because anything that is worthwhile is worth putting in the work for. And I'm a big advocate of, I didn't make it yet because things aren't up to par yet. I'm not a great speaker yet. The YouTube videos are kind of half-assed because I'm doing these as quickly as possible because of the new baby. The podcast is just a rendition of that. But I keep doing it because what else is there? If you sit there and dwell on choices, then nothing will ever get done. Or let's say in streaming, should I go on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Facebook? If you don't choose one, or you sit there and say, what about over here? Then you're going to miss out on where you're at. And what these things do is they take us out of the present moment. They take us out of, I was streaming and there would be people in my chat. And when that partnership thing got announced, I was dwelling on, oh, well, I'm not at 2,000. And there's people in there. There's people in my chat. There's people hanging out with me. There's new people following. It takes you right out of the experience. So the thing is that we're making, like Mark says here, this is another good part of the article, is the reason that fear of missing out causes people to make their decisions based on not on the reality of the experience, but rather the imagined experience. So that's the thing, is that it's all in our imagination. It's all in this thing in our heads that the grass is going to be green. And it's not, be present where you are now. Work on what you're doing now. Just keep going and the rewards will come. Mind you, you need to have some sort of talent. You can't just keep doing something and suck at it and expect to make a living or to build an audience around it. The way that we have to do things is to just get rid of perfection in any of these things so we don't miss out on right now. We have to relish in the moment, relish in the fact of where we're at, and don't fantasize about what might be, because that what might be, it's even before you go into streaming or something or content creation, you think it's so great, and the age old story of people buying all this gear and then they start and they're like, this sucks, because it was just a fantasy. So learn through doing, learn through the experience. Everyone had a path. Yours is different from mine, and mine is different from yours. So the only way to get to where we got to go is by doing, like I always say. So value your experiences, good or bad. Don't dwell on something that looks nice, has a shiny package, but might not be exactly what we want when we get there. I'll link to this article in the description. He says it a lot better than I do, but I really enjoyed it and I want to put my take on it because everybody should be reading some Mark Manson. He's an incredible author and incredible thinker, and I love his work. So yeah, check that out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy this, please subscribe, share it with someone that I get value from it, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.